Rule 1 of 9. In 2024, nearly 1.5 million items were confiscated at security checkpoints across the globe. Picture a literal mountain of high-end water bottles and expensive flasks destined for the landfill. Liam, a 41-year-old photographer, stood at the security line at Barcelona El Prat Airport, BCN, feeling confident. He had already emptied his 24-ounce metal flask. The agent pointed at it anyway. Liam held up the empty bottle, insisting there was nothing inside. The agent just shook his head. Stop. It is not always about the liquid. It is often about the volume of the container itself. Most travelers assume the 3.4-ounce rule only applies to the contents. However, if a bottle is physically large, security agents at hubs like BCN might reject it to maintain strict safety protocols. Liam watched his $40 flask vanish into the bin. It hurt. But here is the fix. Bring a collapsible silicone bottle instead. They fold down into almost nothing, saving space and avoiding the agent's scrutiny. While some agents are lenient, it is not worth the gamble. This was a tough lesson for Liam, but wait until you see the baggage trap waiting at the gate. Rule 2 of 9. Always check your bag dimensions before you reach the gate. Olivia, a 27-year-old marketing specialist, stood at Chicago O'Hare, ORD, gate K12. Anxiety hit as the gate agent pointed toward the dreaded metal sizer. Her carry-on looked fine to her, but the agent was skeptical. Olivia had carefully measured her liquids, but that did not matter now. Her bag was bulging. She tried to force it into the frame, but it stuck. Stop. Here is the hidden trap. Wheels and handles. Most travelers measure the fabric of the bag, but the airlines measure from the floor. Those wheels often add 2 inches to your bag's total height. If your bag exceeds the standard 22 by 14 by 9 inches, you are at the mercy of the airline's contract of carriage. Olivia ended up paying a $65 gate check fee that could have been avoided. If the fit is tight, wear your heaviest coat or stuff your pockets with chargers to save space. While ORD agents are usually efficient, they rarely ignore an oversized bag during a full flight. Ready for a mistake that could cost you much more than a fee? Rule 3 of 9. James, a 53-year-old architect, landed at Detroit, DTW, carrying a bottle of $150 premium Caribbean rum. He felt like he had found the perfect souvenir until customs stopped him. James had missed one critical detail: the proof. He looked down as the officer pointed at the 151 proof label. Anything over 140 proof, or 70% alcohol by volume, is considered a fire hazard, according to FAA Regulation 49 CFR 175.10. James faced a potential fine and watched his expensive bottle get confiscated for disposal. Stop. Always check the ABV before you buy. Spirits under 140 proof are generally safe for transport in checked bags, but overproof bottles are strictly banned. While some agents might not check every bottle, flammable liquids are a non-negotiable safety risk for the aircraft. James's vacation ended with an empty bag and a lighter wallet. Now you know the limit. But did you know some liquids can actually bypass the standard security rules entirely? Rule 4 of 9. Did you know your life-saving medication can actually bypass those strict 3.4-ounce liquid limits? Lucas, a 38-year-old software developer, hit a wall at Las Vegas, LAS, when a TSA agent grabbed his 8-ounce bottle of specialized cooling gel. Lucas froze. He needed the gel for a chronic skin condition to stay comfortable during the long flight, but it clearly broke the 311 rule. The agent moved toward the trash bin. Stop. Here is the fix. Declare it immediately. Tell the agent that the liquid is medically necessary. TSA protocols actually allow for larger volumes of liquids, gels, and aerosols if they are for health needs. Speak up early before they start the inspection. Lucas kept his medication and made his flight to Seattle without any issues. This works in almost every case, but it is always smart to keep a copy of your prescription or a doctor's note handy, just in case the agent asks for proof. That saved Lucas's trip, but this next liquid secret is one you can use to help a friend. Rule 5 of 9. TSA rules allow breast milk, formula, and toddler drinks in quantities exceeding 3.4 ounces in your carry-on bag. Charlotte, a 31-year-old chef, stood in a massive line at Raleigh-Durham, RDU, watching the clock. She felt the stress rising as an agent eyed her cooler bag containing 6 bottles of milk for her infant. She had heard horror stories of parents being forced to dump their supply at security checkpoints. Stop. Charlotte took a breath and told the agent she had medically necessary liquids for her child. The secret is declaring the items up front and separating them from your standard toiletries. The agents may need to test the bottles using a special scanner, but they will not take them away from you. Charlotte made it to her gate with every single drop intact. According to official TSA policy, you do not even need to have the child present to carry these items. Hit like if this information just saved you a major headache. Rule 6 of 9. Check your liquids right now, before you even think about joining the security line. Noah, a 22-year-old student, was feeling the pressure at Miami, MIA, because his clear plastic bag was bursting at the seams. His expensive cologne was sticking out, and the zipper was about to snap. Meanwhile, his travel partner's quart-sized bag was nearly empty. Noah was terrified the agent would make him throw something away. Stop. Can you share the load? Absolutely. TSA rules allow 1 quart-sized bag per passenger, not per group. Noah simply moved the extra bottles into his partner's bag before they reached the bins. They both cleared the checkpoint at MIA in seconds without a single question asked. It works because the rule is strictly per person. This simple coordination can save your favorite products from the bin. That was an easy fix. But the next global travel hack is a digital one you can use before you even leave home. Rule 7 of 9. Have you ever stood in line, wondering if your unique souvenir is about to be seized by security? William, a 63-year-old financial advisor at Dublin Airport, DUB, was sweating over a heavy metallic gift he bought for his grandson. He could not tell if the object would be classified as a tool or a potential weapon by the local authorities. Stop. Do not guess and risk a secondary screening. You can actually text the TSA a photo of your item on social media through the Ask TSA service, and they will give you a preliminary yes or no. While the final decision always belongs to the officer standing at the checkpoint, this simple digital check can save your wallet and your time before you even leave for the airport. William made it through security, but he could have had peace of mind hours earlier if he had just sent a quick message. Now, for the final piece of the travel puzzle that could keep you out of serious legal trouble. Rule 8 of 9. Amelia, a 45-year-old journalist, stood in line at Lisbon, LIS, clutching a jar of local sheep's cheese. The security agent stopped her and pointed at the jar. "Liquid," the agent said firmly. Amelia was baffled. Cheese? A liquid? It did not make any sense to her. Here is the reality of modern aviation security. If you can spill it, spread it, or spray it, the TSA and international agencies consider it a liquid. This includes popular items like hummus, jam, peanut butter, and soft brie, or azeitão cheese. If your container is over 3.4 ounces and the contents are spreadable, it stays behind. To avoid this, always pack your gourmet treats in your checked luggage rather than your carry-on. Amelia lost her snack that day, but you will not make the same mistake. Now, get ready for a final mystery involving medication that most international travelers completely ignore at their own peril. Rule 9 of 9. In countries like Japan, carrying a standard U.S. prescription for something as common as Adderall can lead to an immediate arrest. Sophia, a 28-year-old designer, was heading to Tokyo from Atlanta, ATL, for a major project. She had her daily medication in her carry-on and assumed her doctor's note would act as a shield. It did not. Japanese law treats certain stimulants with zero tolerance, regardless of medical necessity. Sophia faced a nightmare scenario of potential prison time for a simple refill. The fix? You must apply for a special certificate called a Yunyu Kakuninsho weeks before you land. Never assume that your local laws travel with you across international borders. Sophia narrowly avoided a legal disaster by checking the embassy website just in time. Knowing the local regulations of your destination is the only way to stay out of a foreign jail. Stop overpaying and risking your freedom today. Subscribe, and let's beat the system together.